MASL TV. Tonight, from Baltimore, the SECU Arena, it's the Baltimore Blast hosting the Tacoma Stars. I'm Paul Every MASL on this one tonight as we settle things this weekend, and the Blast, a big part of that, as they can move into first place by themselves with a win over the Tacoma Stars tonight.
Correct, Paul. The one and only matchup tonight in the MASL. So all eyes on the Blast and the Stars tonight from SECU. And, you know, Baltimore, like you said, Paul, knows what they need to do. Win tonight, they will move into that top spot. And then depending on what happens tomorrow, so many teams shuffling up and down for the first couple spots in the standings. So exciting end to the season.
No question. It's a
It's already a unique atmosphere for opponents here at the SECU Arena, so tough for a short-handed squad for the Stars to come and get a result tonight.
Not only first place on the line for Baltimore, the other big story tonight, Neto in the starting lineup for the Blast. Neto played his last game here in Baltimore back in 2015. His last game overall was with Harrisburg on February 18th, 2016. He scored his last goal here in Baltimore, November 28th of 2015 for the Blast. He's back. He's going to be up front, and he's ready to go for David Bascom here tonight.
Blast legend Neto back on the floor for Baltimore. For those that haven't been around the game too long, an absolute legend here in Baltimore, one of the best target forwards to ever play the game of indoor soccer. So be very interesting to see what Neto has in store for us here tonight.
Juan Pereira, Jonathan Smello, Patrick Thompson, Mike Diesel on the field for Baltimore. Eddie Knott up front for Tacoma, along with Cale Spence on the field. In the back, it's Ty Briscoe and Nestor Hernandez for Tacoma, and Mendoza also, Manny Mendoza also on the field for Tacoma here tonight in Baltimore. Just about ready to get started here. From SECU Arena, we are underway. The Blast and Tacoma Stars. Blast looking for that top spot in the MASL. First error of the game is by Tacoma. The three-line violation for the Stars. It'll be a restart from the yellow line for the Blast.
Still some quality from Tacoma here. Caceres and Kai Briscoe, Nestor Hernandez, veteran defender. So still some talent here for Tacoma.
Drive off the restart was blocked away, and this one lofted into the Blast defensive end off the boards in front. Good chance here. Shot, score! Cale Spence puts it home for Tacoma. And just like that, the Stars lead at 1-0.
After a very early mistake with a three-line pass, Tacoma just storms right down the field. Great ball off the boards and a finish off of the wall pass, and Tacoma up 1-0.
Cale Spence scores his first goal of the season. 30 seconds into this one.
23 seconds in the first quarter.
Gets away from Nascimento, and Nascimento commits the foul. It'll be a free kick here for Tacoma. Saris will trigger it in for the Stars. Of course, the entire league rooting for Tacoma here tonight.
They are, and if you're the Blast, Paul, this is where you do not want to fall into that trap of, you know, thinking this game was already won. These are both, everyone on this floor here is a professional. Baltimore needs to bring their game tonight and do what they need to do here at home.
All right, so Rodriguez parried it over the glass, so a corner kick here for the Stars. Pollen has his shot blocked, and lost it out into the midfield. Gathers it back in and wins the possession for Tacoma. In goal for the Stars, 0-0, Luis Barreta, 7-7-1 with a 6.22 goals against average. 662 save percentage. Blast on the counter, shot save. Barreta with a nice move there to his left to get that shot from Ramos and make the save. Good ball, far side. Rivers, cut off by Mello. Mendoza on the near side, works on Guevara. Plays it back, and Saris plays it to the far side. Dangerous play here, turnover. Pereira makes the steal. And Blast possessed now.
That was nicely done by Pereira. Briscoe is not one you want to let get on his horse, probably one of the quickest players in the league, so well done by Pereira.
Ball deflects off of Frater. Miter, the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League, established in 1817, one of the leading soccer brands worldwide, produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at miter.com. Mike Diesel there to block that one away. Stars keep it alive. Frater digs it out. Diesel tackles it away, and here he comes. Near side, Mello. Mello, cross-field shot, goal! Pereira puts it home and ties this one at 1.
What a magnificent pass from Mello. Square ball across the face of goal. And Juan Pereira just continues to rack up the points this season. All started from a great tackle from Mike Diesel.
Well, for Mello, what a feat there. Mello picks up his 18th assist of the year. Great play in the midfield by Diesel. And then Juan Pereira, 12th point in his last 3+ games. 27th goal of the season, 42nd point of the year, 42 points, by far a career high for Pereira.
Amazing season for Pereira. Just continues.
Frater on a breakaway shot, goal! Frater the steal, the finish. It's 2-1 Blast.
Baltimore doing what they like to do, create the turnover, and a great counter off the turnover. And another player, Paul, Kayvon Frater, has really come on the second half of the season. Finishes for 2-1.
18th goal of the season for Kayvon. Near steal here. Blast do take it away. Espina. Neto on the floor. Nascimento. Playing for Espina. That's taken away. Good ball off the boards. Lopez keeps it alive, and Apollon settles it down for the Stars. Eddie Knob with a turn. Apollon works on Porch. Good defense there by Chad, and forced back for Mendoza now. So a lot of action here in the first few minutes. Now, the goal scorer Spence, quick turn shot. Rodriguez right there to gobble it up.
So, Paul, we saw Neto on the field just now. Be interested to see how Baltimore uses him. Obviously, an unbelievable target player, so you obviously want to get the ball down to him low. We'll see how they will use him and a defensive runner for him defensively.
What a turn by Pereira. He shot it just wide. Diesel in a battle. Dangerous pass here, and quickly Rodriguez able to spring Pereira. Here comes Juan. Good feed. Mello in. Shot. Goal! Pereira returns the favor, and it's 3-1 Blast.
Paul, did we just say Mello to Pereira? Now Pereira to Mello. Two players, again, that have been playing with each other for over 10 years here in Baltimore. And the two captains for the Blast just working the ball fantastically early here.
Well, Tacoma went with the press there, Brad, and the Blast just make them pay on the back end.
And what a finish by Mello. It's not always how hard you hit the ball. Well placed, far post. and Baltimore really has Tacoma on the back foot.
Capella Sport, the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com and shop the MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear. And if you think you could predict this game to blast off to the early 3-1 lead, go to nxtbets.com to place your wagers there on all the MASL action this season. There you see David Bascom for the Blast, who, I don't care, Brad, if they don't give Coach of the Year award to David Bascom this year, they just stop giving the award out, because the job he's done, he's put this team in a position to finish first. That might not happen, but they're at least in that position. Lost multiple players to injuries. We're down to 1 to 2 defenders at one point this season. Lost 2 of his best players. Figured it out somehow. Put some young guys together with some veteran guys. Got everybody to buy into the same system, and here they sit, last game of the year.
Yeah, great points, Paul. David Bascom, in my mind, is the front runner for Coach of the Year. What he's done with this squad this year has been nothing short of amazing. Like you said, all those injuries, struggled a bit early, got the guys to really believe in the plan, and the 8-game winning streak, and have a chance to win the Shield. Just unbelievable job by the coaching staff.
Stars take it away. Beretta's going to come forward. Play it down the boards. Rivers with the turn. Now plays it back. Caceres goes cross field. Rivers turns. Gets run off by Belliard. Ball comes free and right into the hands of Rodriguez. It deflected off the arm, I think, of one of the Blast players, but they said that was incidental. And Beretta with a heads-up play there, corner of the box, to gobble that up in front of Bramus.
So, Paul, I think Tacoma's in a bit of a situation here tonight, in the fact that they're a team that really likes to run, right? Really like to press and then run and gun. And with only 10 field players here, it'll be, I don't know if they're going to sit back a little more, if they're still going to want to try that, because they can get tired very easy with, again, only 10 field players.
Well, now you're going in twos, and that's only if everybody stays on the field. You don't have any penalties or nobody goes down. It's still a large task to ask for 60 minutes. Caceres pressured by Belliard, and I'm sure we'll see the Blast press for most of this game. Oh, dangerous pass. Tacoma does well, and now Eddie Na in the offensive end, marked by Neto. Fernandez. Neto's trying to get off, I think. Now Silla steals, tries a little back heel. Rodriguez clears it around the boards. It hits the referee, and out comes Pereira. Juan with some speed. Now backs it out.
Great decision by Juan.
Blast gets some fresh legs on the field. Neto stays on. Here comes Mello now. Mello room. Mello crossed. Oh, Porch tried to be unselfish for Ospina, but he put it behind him. Steal here in the midfield. Blast take it right back.
Great thought by Chad Porch. It was obvious what he was trying to do. Just could not finish the play off, but great idea.
Now Diesel swings it near side Mello, and he'll play it for Neto. Neto, first touch of the game. Good ball off the boards, Ospina.
This is what they want to do with Neto.
Neto got a touch, but he couldn't settle. And now he'll come off for Guevara. So, first touch of the game for Neto. Caceres. Beretta puts it in the crowd. It's going to be a top-of-the-arc restart for the Blast. I will say this, too. Now, Neto is probably not going to come out for this one. He was just on. But top-of-the-arc restarts, power play, I think you're definitely going to see Neto on the power play if the Blast get one tonight.
And that has been an unbelievable facet of the Blast game this year. They have been fantastic on restarts in particular.
They go through Mello. That's off the boards and wide. Pereira will play it back for Rodriguez. Blast reset. Guevara. Good hold, good back heel. Mello off the boards in front, nobody home. Pereira couldn't step in, but Guevara can, and Blast take it away again. Ball to Guevara near side. Jairo gets double teamed. Mello gets into the scrum. Rivers battles, I think we'll have a drop ball here. And we'll get a timeout. We'll take one, too. 7:31 left here in the first. Blast off to a quick start, leading 3-1 over the Stars. You're watching MASL Soccer on MASL TV.
Fidelity Building Services Group is a national technical services provider for commercial, industrial, and institutional facilities. Our team delivers proactive, world-class service and innovative building solutions, including HVAC services, design build, engineered retrofits, smart building controls, system integration, energy consulting, emergency power generation, and award-winning mission-critical services to our valued customers nationwide.
There are a lot of myths out there about how the Maryland lottery works. Playing the lottery responsibly means knowing what's true and what's not. The facts are, all games have similar odds. You should never try to recover losses by taking more risks. And you shouldn't play the lottery when you're feeling stressed. But the biggest fact is, you should always play responsibly. Learn more facts and myths at MD Lottery responsibly.
Welcome back to Baltimore as the Blast lead it 3-1. Good crowd on hand for Fan Appreciation Night here in Baltimore. Last home game of the season for the Blast. Try to pick up their 8th home win of the year. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. The lights are bright and the fans are loud. You're watching Tacoma take on the Blast here live. Don't forget about, though, MASLplus.tv. You can obviously stream this game live, but then as well, when you sign up, you can get clips of the game, you can share it, you can live it again, you can share it on social media as well, and get instant updates on every game. Sign up, MASL Plus TV, for the playoffs.
So, Paul, early on here, good start for Tacoma, right? First minute or so, creative turnover, got an early goal, kind of put Baltimore back a little bit, but Blast have settled in here, got 3 straight goals, and we'll see how much Tacoma presses here.
Well, I think it's an important time of the game because Tacoma's got to keep contact. Steal by Belliard in the corner. Emmanuel keeps it alive, digs it out. Still loose, and now Beretta will look to clear. Nice play up the boards around the turn. Pereira blocks it. Shot. Oh, it's just wide. Frater heads it, and that's saved by Beretta. You know, important time, Brad, because you got to keep contact. If you get down 4 or 5-1, it's hard with that small squad to kind of keep yourself going in the game. Well, good ball here, goes through, shot blocked by Porch.
Very important block by Chad Porch there. Just got in the shooting lane.
Yeah, that one was going in. And teams that play here know you got to get in those shooting lanes. There's going to be a lot of shots. And the more you can block, the better. Mendoza, good turn, shot, that's blocked. Comes free. Apollon now, far side. Can't get around Porch, backs it out for Eddie Nah. Saris now on the far side. Mendoza. Good ball for Nah. Eddie, 5 goals on the year for Tacoma. Scored here in Baltimore 2 weeks ago. Rivers. Belliard with some token pressure before he changes. Beretta with some space. Beretta through midfield, blocked. Keeps it alive. Rodriguez fires it downfield for Mello. Mello scores! Another assist for Rodriguez. Another goal for Mello. It's 4-1 Blast.
What a play by Julian Rodriguez. He knew exactly where he was in the game. Knew Beretta was out of the net. Quick early release to Mello. And I don't think Mello's going to have an easier finish than that, Paul.
Well, just ahead of the D, Mello heads it in. It's the 8th assist of the year for Rodriguez. And as you mentioned, Brad, a perfect distribution for Julian. Lopez has it stolen away. There's Diesel. Silla. Good ball through. Bramoose couldn't get there. Bramoose, he steals it.
Paul, when Omar Silla has the ball, you can't not be paying attention if you're a player because he's going to get you the ball.
Neto. Mello looking for the hat trick. Thompson scores! Patrick Thompson makes it 5-1 Blast. Old school indoor soccer, Brad. It all started with Neto at the target, just holding things up and setting it all up.
That's one of the things he did best in his illustrious career. Such a good hold-up player, and Mello unselfish to Patrick Thompson.
Time to go 9:53. Second time this quarter, the Blast have scored 2 goals in less than a minute. Briscoe now. Nah in the corner. Hernandez. So good possession here for Tacoma. Blast with that relentless pressure, though. And Brad, why stop when the other team's playing shorthanded?
Absolutely, and great high pressure from the Blast. I think Tacoma's playing with the ball a bit too much in the back. They need to release it earlier.
Rivera gets tripped in the midfield, and get a free kick here for the Blast with 4:16 left here in the first. So basically, the Blast, if with a win here, would move into first place. But San Diego will play Kansas City at home tomorrow. They can catch the Blast and take over first place with a win tomorrow against the Comets. Silla plays it back. And St. Louis as well. Shot. Oh, it's just wide by Pereira. St. Louis as well with a win at Empire could finish a point better than the Blast as well. So the Blast could have a bye. Blast could have win first. Blast could play next week here in Baltimore.
Yeah, a lot of scenarios that could happen after tonight, Paul. You know, Baltimore knows what they need to do. They need to get out of here with a win tonight, and then see what happens tomorrow with the other matchups.
Here's a blue. It's going to be on Rivers as he takes down Frater, and this is going to be a Blast power play, I believe. Come on, Frater is going to limp back to the Baltimore bench. There you see it right there. Dangerous play as Rivers stepped in hard on Frater. And I misspoke, Brad, because Neto is not on the power play. Blast overall 41% on the year. Tacoma kills penalties at 65% this season.
As we said, Paul, Baltimore special teams this year has been outstanding. If you're running at a 40 or above % clip, that is really, really good. So I'm sure Coach Bascom still wants to work on some things leading into the playoffs, but Baltimore's been really good on the power play.
All right, Silla now on the far side. Mello, Porch, Ospina, and Pereira out here for the Blast. Mello, Omar. Mello's out here looking for the hat trick. Save. Pereira ripped one, but Beretta was right there.
It's a wonderful save. Post to post for Beretta. Really nice save.
Porch heads that away. Here come the Blast again, 1:20 left on the advantage. Mello cuts it back. Silla played it to the corner. Barrera was going to the wing to try to make a play. 2-on-1 battle, won by the Blast in the corner. Porch with some room. Mello. Porch. Ospina down low. Under a minute now. Inside, Mello with a chance. That's gobbled up by Beretta. Here he comes, and he'll just dump it down the floor.
That was a little wrinkle I just saw in the Blast power play there, Paul.
And here comes Neto on the power play.
Mello jumped in deep in the box.
Silla. Mello. Pereira cuts it back. And good clear there. 25 left. Plenty of time left here for the Blast. Pereira. Porch.
Look how aware Tacoma is, Paul. They are so compact. Very compact.
Cut it low. 8 seconds left. Still some time here. Pereira drive. Score! Are you kidding me? Pereira just inside the yellow. It's a power play goal, and the Blast lead it 6-1.
That shot from the perimeter was inevitable. As I said, Tacoma was so compact in the box that outside shot was just waiting for Juan Pereira to hit it upper corner. And another wonderful finish from Juan.
Another great setup by Silla. He put it right on his foot. And for Omar, that's assist number 23 on the season. It's a power play goal and a 6-1 Blast lead.
We were talking earlier about David Bascone for possibly Coach of the Year. I think Omar Silla is definitely in the conversation for Defender of the Year as well. Great season.
Chance here, it's chipped wide. Belliard near side. Rodriguez clears downfield. And Beretta gets challenged, and good job there as Lopez plays it out. Porch takes it away. Thompson, Ospina. Beaver's got some room, but he chooses to play back instead, and Blast will possess again with just over a minute left here in the first. Good to see Frater back on the field. Ball dumped in, but taken away. Spence, he's got the Tacoma goal, and now Eddie Nah. Nah. Pushed out by Thompson. Saris now. Rivers. Tries to turn, but nowhere really to go there. And Tacoma still has it with about 30 seconds left. Apollon on the far side. He had a goal in Baltimore 2 weeks ago. Silla kicks it away. Good defensive play there by Omar, and comes through. 20 seconds left, and Fernandez chests it down on the near side. Belliard pushes him back. Really nowhere to go. Plays it cross field, and Stars clear. Good job. Silla takes it away. Frater with 5 seconds left. Come on. Toe poke. That's kicked onto the boards, and that'll do it here for quarter number one. A 6-goal outburst for the Blast here in the first quarter. And after 1 quarter of play, the Blast a commanding 6-1 lead over the Stars. Back with second quarter action after the break. You're watching MASL Soccer on MASL TV.
There are a lot of myths out there about how the Maryland lottery works. Playing the lottery responsibly means knowing what's true and what's not. The facts are, all games have similar odds. You should never try to recover losses by taking more risks. And you shouldn't play the lottery when you're feeling stressed. But the biggest fact is, you should always play responsibly. Learn more facts and myths at mdlottery.com, and please play responsibly.
you are looking for the best indoor soccer experience, it doesn't get better than the Baltimore Blast. Right here in SECU Arena. Grab your tickets today on Ticketmaster.
Welcome back to Baltimore. The Blast did what they had to do here today to give themselves a chance to win the regular season championship. And Brad, they came out in that first quarter and they put it to Tacoma.
They did. They really did. Very nice start for the Blast. As you can see, Coach Bascom really has them working on some things leading into the playoffs, as they've really changed things up 2, 3, 4 times already in the first quarter. They've gone to a mid-block, changed to a high press, really created some issues for Tacoma, and they've capitalized, leading 6-1 after the first quarter.
4 points in the first quarter for Jonathan Mello. He now has 21 goals and 19 assists, 40 points on the year. So Mello and Pereira, the two captains for the Blast, have now combined for over 80 points in 2025-26.
It's amazing, Paul. Right, 2 players over 20 years combined experience just here in Baltimore alone. We knew they would be great captains. We knew they would be great leaders. To say they would be the points leaders could be a stretch, right? But man, both of them just great seasons.
Well, Mello's coming off that year. Last year he had so many injuries, and really so did Juan. And they just are back, and they're playing well here in 2026. So Blast will start with it here in the second quarter. Neto back out on the field. I haven't done the research, but I'm pretty sure that's the highest scoring first quarter for the Blast here this year, right? I think they scored 5 maybe against Utica.
Correct. I believe you are correct. Very good first half. Again, I know Coach Bascom and the rest of the coaching staff really want to work on things, not just for this game, but again for the playoff push.
Pereira plays it near side Rodriguez. Blast outshot Tacoma 11-7 in that first quarter. Neto has to retrieve it off the boards. Good ball for Mello. Mello gets pushed to the ground and foul called, so we get a free kick here for the Blast. Rivers picks up the foul. Silla runs on for the Blast. Neto's on the far post. Silla scores. Are you kidding me? The simplest of simple restarts, and it pays off.
Paul, we've talked about this all year, kind of this shift in mentality for Baltimore on restarts. You know, in years past, been Mello, who's a great distributor of the ball, but this year, Omar Silla has really taken over the role, and he is much more willing to finish the ball, and that's a great example just how accurate he is on the shot.
26 seconds, Silla on the restart from Pereira. So Juan has 4 points, 2 goals and 2 assists. Shot. Rodriguez punches that away. Ramos for Williams off the boards, sweeps it into the midfield. Porch pirouettes and gets the return pass. How about Chad Porch against Milwaukee? 4 goals against the Wave. 5 goals in his last 3 games. Belliard. Ramos lost the handle, and he now comes back with it 2-on-3. Good footwork, but it's poked away from behind, and Rodriguez picks it up in the box. One too many dribbles there for Nam. Williams gets a step, shoots, that's blocked. Mello right back on it. Nascimento. Marco's got 2 goals this year, Brad. They were both against the Stars last time here in Baltimore. 2 big ones.
2 very big goals. As the Blast were struggling a bit in that game, and then took over.
Good ball. Freighter shoots it just wide. Bramuse wide. Good header back into the hands of Beretta. A good setup there by Bramuse. Kavan just shot it wide. Last pressure, but Stars able to handle it, and they'll come forward with 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Stars looking for a spark here, as they got the first one in the game, but the Blast have ripped off the last 6.
Yeah, Paul, I think there's some fans in Milwaukee, St. Louis, San Diego.
Oh, there you go. There's a spark as Rivers, off the deflection off Thompson, little forward spin, curled it back into the far side inside the post. And Tacoma makes it 6-2.
As I was saying, Paul, those cities not really looking for that start here, but good answer here by Tacoma to get their second goal as Hernandez plays it down the right side, and a bit of an unlucky deflection.
Sorry, it's 7-2. I omitted that first goal of the second quarter for the Blast. Hernandez gets the assist. Nestor picks up his 3rd assist of the year. To your point, though, you're right. I think Fran's frustrated that no Frank Tayu here. I mean, pretty much the, 6 leading scorers for Tacoma back home in Washington. There's Neto. And what a turn of events for the Stars. They started so fast. Remember, the season started between these two teams in Tacoma. Stars swept that series in Washington. And we're off to a great start.
They were. I believe they started 5-1.
Good ball. Oh, great poke away from Apollon. Still loose. And he sweeps it clear.
Although I think a little of that was a misrepresentation, as they were mostly home games, and we saw as the season progressed how they struggled away from home.
Mello off the boards. Williams. That one's blocked away. And now we have an injury, as I think Lopez collided with Beretta, and Beretta may have hit the post.
Yeah, that looks very scary, as Beretta was out of the net and did an amazing job hustling to get back to the far post, and looked like a pretty wicked collision.
Now, Williams, I think, was the one that struck that, and it was Lopez who got it off the line here, but let's watch the replay. And here's Beretta coming across. And, yeah, he hits his head up
like
against the post.
Yeah. Hopefully he's all right. That was scary, as he was sprinting to the far post to try and make that save, and full force into the post.
And both athletic trainers are out to attend to Beretta.
And, Paul, we've talked about it again. They're so short man. They do have Danny Waltman here as their backup keeper, but they can't afford to have any injuries tonight for sure.
And great to see Danny, long time indoor soccer veteran. Of course, was part of the contingent when David and I were doing the Pro League down in Bermuda. The MASL All-Stars went down to Bermuda. Danny was part of that.
Yeah, Danny has been a great ambassador for indoor soccer for just years and years and years. A legend of the indoor game, and I'm sure this is the last way he wants to see some action here today, because I'm sure he's hoping that Beretta is okay.
And as good of a goalkeeper as he was, he might be a better musician.
Yeah, he loves to strum the guitar. Well, that's a great sign.
Well, Beretta's up. He's going to hit the water bottle. Looks like he's okay.
See him having a conversation there with head coach Adam Becker.
Start asking the questions. What day is it?
And what year is it?
What city are you in?
Yeah, he looks okay. That's a very, very good thing to see.
And is he gonna? The question is he gonna keep going? And the answer, I think, is no. Looks like he's taking the gloves off. Something you don't see very often. He's handing his gloves to Waltman.
Yeah, I think Coach Adam Becker has made the decision. He doesn't want to risk anything.
Yeah, there's no reason to risk his health. Absolute treat here to watch Danny Waltman play now.
So last game of the season, and the fans here in Baltimore get to see some Danny Waltman.
Blast steal. Sela on the near side. I don't think, when you watch Beretta hand the gloves off to Waltman, I don't think Danny was expecting to play today.
Probably not, unless they got unless TSA took him out of his bag.
Well, that would be a good question for Danny. He'd probably have a pretty cool answer for that too. Because I don't. Pereira far side for Porch. Now Mello. Last reset. Now Frater. Now Cemento makes a run. Porch changes gears, but Fernandez takes it away. Waltman gets his first touch, and Pereira heads it to the corner.
So, Paul, if you're Baltimore, I guess you want to challenge the cold goalkeeper, right? Try and get some shots on frame here.
Yes. Silla's pass stolen away. Fernandez tries to pull the trigger. Porch steals it. Fernandez, or Rodriguez with some room. Frater. Belliard puts it into the netting. Emmanuel Belliard's been a good addition for the Blast.
He has, Paul, coming over from Utica City. Nice versatile player for Coach Bascom and the Blast. Seen some time in the midfield, has seen some time in the back, even some time up front, so nice versatile player.
Waltman's distribution, a good one over to Na. Blast kick it out. And this should be top of the arc, but referee is going to say no. It's a deflection instead. And
so Baltimore got away with one there, Paul. That was definitely a top of the arc restart for Tacoma.
Yeah, I thought so. Caceres on the far side. Briscoe. Mendoza challenged by Bermuz. This is definitely the first time Danny Waltman, I believe, has played here at the SECU Arena, right?
Yeah, I do not recall Waltman playing here.
Well, the best way to help Waltman is for Tacoma to possess, but they got to find goals here, down by 5 here in the second quarter. Ball laid behind. Belliard can't complete the steal, and now Tacoma plays through Waltman. Good lead far side for Na. Off the boards, and Rodriguez right there to make the play.
Wholesale changes for Baltimore.
Pereira's got a step. Juan cross, but too far for Mello. He gets pushed into the boards, and now he'll foul Na. And we'll get a free kick and a quick restart for Tacoma. Oh, good turn. Ball comes through. Now Porch breaks out. Chad with some room. Neto's got some space. Neto, Porch, shot, goal! Oh, the old man sets up the youngster, and the Blast lead at 8-2.
Neto with a first point of the season. And Paul, to be fair, I thought Neto was a little too unselfish there. He could have went for goal himself. Right here, he had time and space, but look for Chad Porch and finishes it.
First point in 10 years for Neto, and it's a 20-goal season for Chad Porch. Time to go 6:51. And Ospina with a near steal, but a Briscoe recovery there. Nice job.
Paul, did you have Adato Neto on your bingo card for a point this season?
No. Well, we never. That really wasn't even discussed about him coming back until really the second wave of injuries hit. And then the Blast started talking about it. And Neto made a commitment. Lost about 40. Oh, what a crossover by Mello. He's taken down from behind. And the blue card will be shown, and it'll be another power play for the Blast. And Mello is down.
Wonderful skill and ball work from Mello. Splits the defense. And Tacoma brings him down from behind. And no doubt that that is a...
It's going to be a shootout.
So no doubt on the penalty, and then it was just a matter of, was this going to be a shootout? I'm surprised they have a defender back, to be honest with you, Paul.
Definitely was not last man. Now here's Pereira on the shootout. Touches, shoots, misses wide, rebound, misses high. So Waltman denies the shootout.
Great job by Danny Walton making himself big. That's what you need to do as a goalkeeper on a shootout.
And a timeout on the field will take one, too. When we come back from the break, the Blast will be on the power play. 7:27 left in the second. They lead at 8-2. Back with more after the break. You're watching MASL Soccer on
Fidelity Building Services Group is a national technical services provider for commercial, industrial, and institutional facilities. Our team delivers proactive, world-class service and innovative building solutions, including HVAC services, design build, engineered retrofits, smart building controls, system integration, energy consulting, emergency power generation, and award-winning mission-critical services to our valued customers nationwide.
Put our children on the right path, one that leads them to become intelligent, responsible, compassionate adults. That path begins with a Catholic education. Catholic schools inspire academic excellence with a balanced curriculum that integrates music, arts, world language, and Catholic faith, while challenging students in the areas of science, math, and technology. Help your child enroll in a Catholic school today.
Welcome back to Baltimore Blast in control. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanco are joined each week by special guests from across the league. They'll recap this weekend's games, of course, big last weekend of the season, and look ahead to the playoffs. That's MASL Monday on MASL TV. All right, Blast 1 for 1 on the power play. They're back on it. Pereira and Mello looking for hat tricks here. Porch denied by Waltman. Nice save there. And, well, actually, no, it's Beretta who's
back in, Paul, yes.
Yep, he's back.
It's good to see that.
Blast take it away. Spina. Pereira. Now Mello backs it out. Seal it. Pereira off the top of the frame, and we're going to kick in here for Tacoma.
Pereira wanted that one back. You saw it in his reaction, just a bit high off the bar.
Juan heads it back. Blast will regroup with 1:05 left in the advantage. Porch. Silla.
Here's that little wrinkle I was talking about, Paul. Now Mello shifted down to the low post.
Well, Pereira rotates up top, and now you got to respect his shot.
Something we haven't seen regularly in the power play.
What a pass by Silla to get it across for Porch. 35 left. Porch deflected. Omar's on it. Mello. Pereira thought about it, now shoots wide. Porch chests it down. Mello takes a shot. Tacoma clears to the yellow line. 10 left on the advantage.
Paul, I would have liked to have seen Omar on the off wing since he's left-footed.
Pereira blocked.
Great block.
And Tacoma kills off the penalty. Rivers can't get around Porch. He does win the ball, though, and wins possession for the Stars.
Very nice penalty kill from Tacoma. Blast had some chances, but they got in the shooting lanes where they needed to and killed off that penalty.
Shot by the Stars is wide. And then put up into the crowd for a goalkeeper distribution for Rodriguez with just over 5 to play here in the half. Rodriguez distributes short for Thompson and then will take it into the midfield.
So, Paul, we had talked about who Tacoma is missing. We haven't really talked about Baltimore. Still no Alejandro Chavez tonight and no Jake Schindler tonight.
And no Schindler tonight, wasn't available. Chavez will be back in the lineup. A foul here on the Blast. It's going to be 2 minutes on Bramoose. Well, he's going to go off here. And Tacoma will go on the power play. Yeah, Chavez still working out with the team. Probably could have went if this was a playoff game, and the Blast expect him to be in the lineup when they start their drive towards the championship.
I think he's close, Paul, to your point, and he brings another dynamic to the team. Such a quick player, good on the ball, so can really stretch teams in the midfield.
Yeah, Chavez, 8 goals and 8 assists on the year. All right, here we go. Caceres out there with Mendoza, Fernandez, and Briscoe. Blast kill it at 65%, or excuse me, 69%. Tacoma at 28% on the power play. Good win by
It's a good opportunity here for Tacoma to try and claw back in the game.
And they do. Mendoza scores. Mendoza toe pokes from the yellow line. It's a power play goal for the Stars, and it's 8-3.
Possibly the hardest shot for a goalkeeper is the toe poke, because there's no real windup. You can't really see as a goalkeeper where they're looking to put that ball. And nice little toe poke by Mendoza.
Pollen picks up the assist. Mendoza picks up his 11th goal of the year. And so, Stars claw one back here. The pressure still, though, makes the turn. And gets held. Foul called, and Blast will have to go back and restart.
That was a smart press there by Tacoma, because Baltimore could not go back to Julian Rodriguez, but Sealy did a great job spinning out of the corner.
Pereira. Good ball from Rodriguez. Thompson. Neto back on the field for the Blast. Good ball for Neto. Neto holds it. Now plays it back for Porch. Porch on a run. Plays it off the boards. Neto. Fake the shot. Good job. Porch backtracks, though, makes the steal. Neto, right there involved, wins it back for the Blast and comes off.
As calm as could be. As calm as could be.
Give and go Mello on the far side. Two captains for the Blast. Play it with under 3 to play. Ball stays in play here. Diesel keeps it alive. Can't find Ospina on the far side. Blast keep the heat on. Good ball by Waltman through, and Powell now on the near side.
Nicely done by Tacoma. Broke the press. Very well done.
Hernandez. Spence has a goal here in this first half. Briscoe on the far side with 2:23 left in the first half. Saris. Blast in their man-to-man defense. And Beretta really not interested in coming out of the box. Now he'll play it from his box, and a good ball for Spence. Spence runs it down in the corner. Briscoe. Quick turn. He gets pulled down by Williams with the foul. And a good free kick here with 1:49 left in the half.
Briscoe has an engine on him. He just does not stop.
Not blocked. And into the crowd, so we'll do it again, this time a corner kick for Tacoma.
So Paul, one thing that I researched, this is pretty interesting to me. Juan Pereira is in the top 10 in the league in blocks.
For career?
This season.
Oh, this season?
This season.
This one off the boards, and Mello comes out. Can he get there? Good hustle by Na to kick it away. Mello runs it down in the corner, plays it across. Couldn't quite connect. Comes free. Williams plays it through. Now Thompson will run for it. Patrick double teamed. Saris. And Thompson called for the foul.
I just found that interesting. A player with so many offensive numbers.
Points. Yeah.
Top 10 in blocks.
Two-way player. Does whatever it takes to win, right? Blast take it away. Williams gets a step, shoots, save. Beretta with a nice save there. Caceres chips it out. Good play by Rivers to keep it alive, and now they swing it near side with a minute to play. Good work there by Tacoma.
See if Tacoma can get one right here before the halftime buzzer. Going to the locker room feeling a bit better.
Mello takes it away. Ospina. Blast, though, have a chance. Mello. Frater shoots. Shot wide by Ospina. I don't think Ever was ready to shoot that. I think he got surprised that the ball was right there on him. Porch uses his speed to win the ball. Mello turns. That gets deflected into the corner. 20 seconds left. Blast have it. Pereira, Mello, too late for Frater. 7 seconds left. Porch. Silla, 3, 2, shot. Oh, Pereira couldn't pull the trigger. And that'll do it for the half. So the Blast raced out to the 6-1, the first quarter lead. They 2-2 second quarter, so Tacoma settled things down and played the Blast even in that second quarter.
They did. Much better second quarter for Tacoma. Killed off a very important penalty and down 8-3 at halftime.
And scored a power play goal. As you said, down 8-3 here at the half. We'll come back. Halftime is next. Blast lead it at the half over Tacoma 8-3. You're watching MASL Soccer on MASL TV.
Fidelity Building Services.
I just wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious. Fire in the flames, it's glorious. Even when the darkness calls, I'm not gonna lose it all. I just wanna be victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us,
Fidelity Building Services Group is a national technical services provider for commercial, industrial, and institutional facilities. Our team delivers proactive, world-class service and innovative building solutions, including HVAC services, design build, engineered retrofits, smart building controls, system integration, energy consulting, emergency power generation, and award-winning mission-critical services to our valued customers nationwide.
This is where Anne feels most comfortable. But when she started to feel uncomfortable, this is the MedStar Health Urgent Care team that stepped in and consulted with a specialist, then connected her to a leading cardiologist that diagnosed her blocked artery that could be unblocked with life-saving surgery that allowed Anne to heal more quickly, getting her back to where her heart belongs. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
This is TU, where big college promises turn into life-changing action. Opportunity here isn't pie-in-the-sky thinking. It's out there in the world doing. Potential isn't in the future. It's now, in every line of code, in every creative spark. And discovery isn't starting from scratch. It's digging in to your existing momentum. Join a community of doers and grab life by the stripes at Towson University.
Put our children on the right path, one that leads them to become intelligent, responsible, compassionate adults. That path begins with a Catholic education. Catholic schools inspire academic excellence with a balanced curriculum that integrates music, arts, world language, and Catholic faith, while challenging math and technology. Help your child reach their full potential. Enroll in a Catholic school today.
GooseUpCoffee.com. It's just good coffee.
Shoot! He scores!
How goes it, folks? This is MASL in 5. Back for another week. Hope everyone is doing great. Things are heating up across the league, and there are some big matchups happening this weekend. I've only got 5 minutes to fill you in, so let's get to it.
Flores and Sanchez coming forward. Flores! Oh my! What a strike! That might be your goal of the season! That was for the Wave, the goal of the season for the Wave.
Oscar Flores gave Milwaukee the lead in the last minute against Baltimore last week, but this match is far from done. Chad Porch ties it with 9 seconds left, meaning this one needed overtime.
Led by their coach, Anua Abasi, in his 5th season. Flores! There is your hero! Oscar Flores!
Flores had 5 points in the game, including the game winner right there for the Wave as they top Baltimore 10-9 in a thriller. And Flores has been thrilling fans all campaign. He's having a rookie season for the ages. Just 24 years old, the Venezuelan has 36 points in just 22 games for Milwaukee now. This game was no less entertaining. St. Louis and San Diego, it also needed overtime. The Sockers rally from 4-1 down in the third quarter to drop St. Louis 5-4. They now have a share of first place. It wasn't all bad news for the Ambush on the weekend, though. The day before, they were in Tacoma. They grabbed 3 points as they took down the Stars 7-4 behind 2 goals from Rashad Ahmadi. That Tacoma loss meant that if Empire could win in Utica, the Strikers would qualify for the postseason. That is exactly what they did as they took down UCFC 5-3 on the road on the blue turf in Utica. That same night, Kansas City hosted Baltimore. Both teams desperate for points in the chase for first place. Lesia Thetsane was a beast for the Comets, notching 4 goals as the home side held off the Blast 8-5. And on the 20th, it was a night Utica would just love to forget. In Milwaukee, they got absolutely pumped by the Wave, 17-2, their worst loss of the season. Ian Bennett racking up 3 points in that game. Looking at the standings as we enter the final weekend of play, it's crazy. Baltimore, Milwaukee, San Diego tied for first right now, but Kansas City and St. Louis could also get the Shield. It's going to be madness this weekend. Scoring leaders, Sanchez leading the way with 47 points, followed by Rian Marquez from KC, Super Mario Alvarez with 42 points from Milwaukee, Pereira from Baltimore with 41, Sergio Pinal with 40 from Utica. And your Capelli Players of the Week, Chris Toth between the posts for San Diego, Oscar Flores offensively from Milwaukee, and Lesia Thetsane on the defensive end from KC. Let's start with Flores, who just had an insane couple of games, 8 points, including, of course, the OT winner against Baltimore. 6 goals, 2 assists in 2 Wave wins. Thetsane, a defender, but man, he was getting it done offensively as well. He had 4 goals in the Kansas City win over the Baltimore Blast. And in goal, Chris Toth was a monster in the win against St. Louis. 14 saves, a .778 save percentage. Okay, time now for your plays of the week.
Stars can't give up a goal here, and they do. Torrealba with nearly the dagger.
Sanchez coming forward. Flores! Oh my! What a strike!
Here's a one-on-one opportunity. Tayu lays off for Mendoza. He pockets it. There's Nani Mendoza. Timey with Frank Tayu.
As there's a shot in the top corner. There's Gratterall has one from distance. It's 3-1 Empire.
And the Wave's going to need a big game from Willie Vanaheny today.
Oh, what a great move there. Kavan Fader and the Jamaican native puts it home.
Back to Silla. Now across, a header. Goal! It is Mello from Silla. And the Blast.
Goal! Goal! Morgan! Led by their coach, Anua Abasi, in his 5th season. Flores! There is your hero! Oscar Flores caps it off. Milwaukee wins it 10-9 in overtime.
And that's all the time we've got for today. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the Major Arena Soccer League, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
If you are looking for the best indoor soccer experience, it doesn't get better than the Baltimore Blast. Right here in Tacoma Arena. Grab your tickets today on Ticketmaster.
This is where Anne feels most comfortable. But when she started to feel uncomfortable, this is the MedStar Health Urgent Care team that stepped in and consulted with a specialist, then connected her to a leading cardiologist that diagnosed her blocked artery. that could be unblocked with life-saving surgery that allowed Anne to heal more quickly, getting her back to where her heart belongs. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Fidelity Building Services Group is a national technical services provider for commercial, industrial, and institutional facilities. Our team delivers proactive, world-class service and innovative building solutions, including HVAC services, design build, engineered retrofits, smart building controls, system integration, energy consulting, emergency power generation, and award-winning mission-critical services to our valued customers nationwide.
As parents, we want to put our children on the right path, one that leads them to become intelligent, responsible, compassionate adults. That path begins with a Catholic education. Catholic schools inspire academic excellence with a balanced curriculum that integrates music, arts, world language, and Catholic faith, while challenging students in the areas of science, math, and technology. Help your child reach their full potential. Enroll in a Catholic school today.
I just wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious. Fire in the flames is glorious. Even when the darkness calls, I'm not gonna lose it all. I just wanna be victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us.
There are a lot of myths out there about how the Maryland lottery works. Playing the lottery responsibly means knowing what's true and what's not. The facts are, all games have similar odds. You should never try to recover losses by taking more risks. And you shouldn't play the lottery when you're feeling stressed. But the biggest fact is, you should always play responsibly. Learn more facts and myths at mdlottery.com, and please play responsibly.
GoosedUpCoffee.com. It's just good coffee.
Please 6 miles, runway 26 right, clear on.
Put our children on the right path, one that leads them to become intelligent, responsible, compassionate adults. That path begins with a Catholic education. Catholic schools inspire academic excellence with a balanced curriculum that integrates music, arts, world language, and Catholic faith, while challenging students in the areas of science, math, and technology. Help your child reach their full potential. Enroll in a Catholic school today.
This is TU, where big college promises turn into life-changing action. Opportunity here isn't pie-in-the-sky thinking. It's out there in the world doing. Potential isn't in the future. It's now, in every line of code. And discovery isn't starting from scratch. It's digging in to your existing momentum. Join a community of doers and grab life by the stripes at Towson University.
And welcome back to Baltimore. Just about ready for second half action. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Brad, the Stars got off early, got the early lead, but then the Blast ripped off 6.
Yeah, great tackle from Diesel. Wonderful square ball by Mello to Pereira.
Great play by Frater here. Finishes with the left foot. It was all Blast. Mello and Pereira really combining in that first
just
quarter.
in reverse there, and that time Pereira to Mello. Heads up play here by Rodriguez, right, Paul?
Yeah, Julian, great ball for Mello. Again, you can't throw that into the goal anymore, so it had to play for Mello.
Mike Zierhofer rule.
Yeah, right. And a great finish here from Thompson, and a great setup by Mello, with Neto getting the hockey assist on that one. Omar with a great finish, and Neto would get the actual assist after
deflection goal there.
Deflection goal there, and then Neto gets the actual assist here. Danny Waltman being recognized here in Baltimore, well deserved.
Yeah, I just saw him as they came out for halftime, Paul. He was over on the far boards talking with Blast owner Ed Hale.
All right, 8-3 Blast. So, Stars have to make some noise here in the third quarter to get back into this one. Now, we do know if the Blast win here tonight and finish it off these last 30 minutes, they'll either get a bye or they'll be back here next week taking on Empire, one or the other.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, Paul. A lot of scenarios that could happen over the next day and a half. So we'll see kind of how, again, the Kansas City-San Diego game works out, how the Empire-St. Louis game works out.
Good job by Beretta to kick it away. Briscoe keeps it in. Cemento runs it down. Neto with some footwork. Battles through two players. Thompson sweeps it upfield. The Blast possess. If the Blast win and hold on here tonight, they either need Kansas City to beat San Diego or at least force the game to overtime, or Empire to beat St. Louis or force the game to overtime.
And that was a heck of a game last night, Paul, between San Diego and Kansas City.
Crazy. Comets had a 10-8 lead. Foul here on Bermuse. I think he caught Mendoza up high there. I don't think that was intentional. So it's a free kick here for Tacoma. Yeah, 10-8 lead. Soccer scored, with like 5 minutes left, and then got the equalizer with under a minute.
Yeah, heartbreaker for Kansas City, as before that game, they were still in the conversation for possibly a first place run. That put them out of it, but
not mathematically, but
correct. They would need the Stars and Sun to align and everyone to lose today and tomorrow.
Yeah, they would need the Blast to lose to come in here tonight. They would need Milwaukee to lose as well. Oh, that's off the inside of the post from Pereira. Another cheeky restart for the Blast. Juan just misses the hat trick there. Mendoza steals. This one is not settled. Plenty of time left here in Baltimore. Stars are with their backs against the wall shorthanded here, but nothing's impossible. Pollen steals, shoots, and that's blocked into the crowd.
You definitely can get multiple goals in succession here in Baltimore. So Blast need to keep their eye on the prize, keep the foot on the pedal, and not let Tacoma back in the match.
Two-man wall here for the Blast. Caceres and Spence on this near side. Fernandez shoots into the netting behind the goal, so we get a goalkeeper distribution for Julian Rodriguez. Julian's looking for his 13th win of the season. Rodriguez shoots. Belliard knocks it down, but right into Beretta, who picks it up. That was a good ball by Rodriguez to get that to the middle of the box.
Really was. Tacoma gave him all the space in the world.
Good ball. Thompson breaks free. Patrick pulls the trigger and scores. Oh, what a left foot from Patrick Thompson. It's 9-3 Blast.
What a great shot by Patrick Thompson, Paul. You could see him. He picked his head up, gave two little jukes because he knew he needed to get the player out of the shooting lane and then finish his far post.
What's better, though, the pass by Pereira or the finish from Thompson? I mean, Juan put it right on his foot. Time to go 2:29.
And Paul Pereira just continues to rack up the points.
That's 3 assists for Pereira. 18 this year for Juan. 5 points tonight. Patrick Thompson scores his 78th career goal, and it's his 130th career point. Rodriguez the save. Holland kicks it out. And Stars will regroup.
So interesting here, Paul, right? Blast up 9-3, playing high press. So again, they know the game's not finished.
Absolutely. Aspera off the boards, in front shot, goal! Melo with the hat trick. It might be now, Brad. What a pass by Ospina. Doesn't get any better than that. This is the 3rd time in the game the Blast have scored 2 goals in less than a minute. And the Blast lead at 10-3.
As cool as you like from Melo there. Very composed in front of net. Slots at far post.
22 goals on the season for Jonathan. Good move by Spence. Oh, good save by Rodriguez.
Very nice save from Rodriguez.
Pereira working hard. Thompson clears it. And we're going to foul here on Spence. We get a free kick here.
That was a tough shot to block, Paul. Low to the corner, and Julian did a good job getting down quick.
Neto directs traffic. Little back heel for Diesel. Mike runs it down in the corner. Haven't seen Diesel in quite a while, but he'll play here tonight in the final. And we're going to get a... I think we're going to get a foul here on Tacoma. And we're going to get... Diesel's going to get a talking to from the official.
I think they're going to challenge here, Paul. Head coach Adam Becker is thinking about it.
Challenging a foul.
I think he's challenging Mike Diesel after the play in the face of the Tacoma player. And I see a Tacoma, I don't know if it's an assistant coach, they have an iPad out there. It looks like they were replaying the play before they decided to challenge.
All right, well, we're going to go to headbutt. Well, we'll take a look.
It was tough to see from our angle. We'll see. We get a replay here. I know there were some words exchanged after the play, and both players were kind of face to face. I couldn't tell from the initial angle.
All right, well, let's take a look. Fouls here is, I guess it would have been right there at the beginning, right?
Couldn't see anything on that angle. We'll see if we can get a better, nothing on that angle either.
Not going to get anything on this camera. I mean, he kind of leans into him, but it's hard to see if he actually made contact with his head.
Well, here's the thing, Paul, right? And this is something that I've been talking about all season. You have to go by the call that's made on the field, correct? So there was no call on the field, so you need definitive proof to prove otherwise. I don't see that on that replay. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but you can't see that from that angle.
Yeah, it's tough to see on any of the cameras here. Well, maybe this one will work. This one should be good. You see him lean in, but again, from that angle, you see him lean in, but you don't see whether he makes contact or not.
Right. And that's been, I think, some challenges this year that you have to initially go by the call on the field, whether that's the trip or no call that is not a trip or whatever the case may be. And if you're challenging it, then you need to have definitive proof to show otherwise that it was a mistake on the original call.
Correct, to overturn the call. Well, the referees are going to talk now.
They've had quite a lengthy discussion. They're right below us here in the broadcast booth. Let's see what the call is.
After review, the contact on the play does not rise to the level of a headbutt. However, there is striking with his head, so there will be a blue card for a head bump and a sportsmanlike conduct.
So very interesting to me, Paul, right?
So you could see that on the replay?
That's...
Again, like I said, you definitely see Mike Diesel lean in.
Correct.
But you never see on any video replay any contact being made.
Again, there's no definitive proof by any of those replays to contradict the no call originally. So,
and like we just mentioned, it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
No, not at all.
But it wasn't called, and there was no video evidence that we could see, right?
Correct.
Of contact. So Mike Diesel will go to the box for 2 minutes. And you would think that, well, go ahead, and Brad's going to turn things over.
I think we have a guest, Paul.
Yeah, Blast owner Ed Hale is with us. Well, Ed, I don't want to put you in a position to make a controversial comment here, but I mean, is this something that the league has to look at for the playoffs, where you just can't be overturning calls unless there's definite video evidence? I mean, that should be a rule, right?
I missed it. I really can't comment on it. I really did miss it. So they're on the power play?
Yeah, Mike Diesel ended up getting 2 minutes for contact with the player for Tacoma.
Not Mike. Come on.
But as we mentioned,
I'm joking, of course.
Of course. As we mentioned, Ed, it didn't look like, from Brad or I's perspective, you could see any contact on any of the video replays.
Yep.
But that was the call.
Yeah, that was. I didn't see it. I couldn't see it from the videos.
All right, Blaster short-handed. Here comes Mello flying into the offensive end.
He and Juan at the end of the season have been playing at real high force speed. They're doing well.
Yeah, Mello with 4 points tonight. Juan with Mello with 5 points tonight. Juan with 4.
And how about Neto having 1 point?
And Neto scores his first point in over 10 years. Ed.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, I think that's good. And Danny Waltman playing, and I just talked to Danny, and I have to tell you that
Yeah, talk about your conversation. Danny's such a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about soccer, but everything that he's involved in.
He's a fantastic person. He's just playing for an owner that's a little suspect, Lane Smith.
All right, here's the Stars now with 10 seconds left on the advantage. Shot block. Pereira.
Lane told me he was playing, and I thought that was good, getting Danny to come in and play, because he's been such a good player for the goalie for the league. Just a fantastic person.
And I think it's the first time he's played here at Towson, right? I can't remember Danny ever
seen him here.
Yet. So
I haven't seen him.
He gets the Towson Arena experience, right?
Yes. Right, and he stopped Pereira.
Yes, he did.
That was amazing. And I have to say that I wasn't disappointed that Juan didn't score.
Yeah, I was kind of rooting.
That's what I think of Danny.
I was kind of rooting for Danny there too.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's talk about tonight. It's Fan Appreciation Night, your last home game. What a season, Ed. You have to be pretty pleased with what's unfolded here.
Are you kidding me? This has been. I didn't suspect that we would be in the position we're in. A lot of parity in the league, and when you have as many teams as we have that are this close to being the #1 seed, it's kind of crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, I think this too, Ed, and you tell me how it feels. I always think when you win after overcoming adversity, it's so much better than just being better than everybody else and winning.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that we lost a couple of players. Yeah, when we I'm just getting a text from Lane Smith, the head
Well, wait a minute, you weren't expecting that? Come on.
I'm telling you, I'm going to comment on that, Lane. I'm going to give you a headbutt when you come to Towson. I'll show you a real headbutt.
Well, wait, he's coming in May, right?
Yeah, he's coming in May for the meeting. Oh, yeah.
No, but getting back to, what were we talking about?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. The season and the team and just overcoming everything.
Yeah, we had a couple of injuries at the beginning of the season with, Jamie Thomas and Silva. Mateus Silva. I thought that we're gonna struggle through the season, but we've picked up a lot of the younger players have really picked it up to the extent that we're a team. I think we're a team that people don't really want to play in the playoffs.
No, you're like determined. You're gritty. I mean, the game in Milwaukee, to give up that goal to the Wave with 30 seconds left and to come back and still be able to tie it. That just showed a lot of character right there. Shot just wide.
Well, I'll tell you what, that goal from that guy Flores, I think his name. I've never seen anything quite like that.
From midfield.
That was fantastic.
Steal by the Stars.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good game. That was a good game for our fans to see, a really good game. Did we lose? Yeah, we did, and I hate to lose. However,
great game.
It was a great game.
Great game last night as well. Oh, just missed there.
There have been some really good games this year.
Last night, San Diego battling back in Kansas City to get the 11-10 win in overtime.
Yep.
Of course, we'll all be watching tomorrow as the season unfolds to find out whether you guys can get a bye, and this is going to be a foul on Nascimento.
Yep.
See if you guys can get a bye, or I think we've narrowed it down, a win tonight, Ed, and it's either a bye or you're here next week against Empire.
That's correct. And people are asking me in the stands, we're walking around here, asking me what's going to happen, and I really can't tell them. I said I don't feel too swift about it. I did ask Towson if we could get some weekday games so we could play some of our playoffs.
And?
Oh, yeah, nice stop. Look at this.
Here we go. Pereira breakaway. Oh, he couldn't pull the trigger.
Too bad.
Beretta cut the angle down, and Juan ran out of room.
By the way, the referee, this is his last game.
Yep. Retiring,
Yep. I saw that game he did in Kansas City. That's his. I think that's where he lives. But it was just, it was good. He's 28 years, he said.
Wow.
It's crazy.
All right, Stars trying to get back into this one. Quick turn by Na, kicked away in front. Eddie gets it back, and Stars reset. All right, and we have to get into some Governor stuff because you're getting momentum. Talk about this week. You had a great visit at the Oriole game. People out there supporting you, and you're really starting to get some momentum. There's a goal.
Oh.
Well, there's a goal for Rivers.
Yeah, that was due.
As he puts it home to make it 10-4. Stay here because we'll talk about that after the break. Tacoma scores. Rivers gets the goal for Tacoma. Blast lead at 10-4 with 5:27 left in the third. Back with more. You're watching MASL Soccer on MASL TV.
Tacoma goal with the brace this evening.
There are a lot of myths out there about how the Maryland lottery works. Playing the lottery responsibly means knowing what's true and what's not. The facts are, all games have similar odds. You should never try to recover losses by taking more risks. And you shouldn't play the lottery when you're feeling stressed. But the biggest fact is, you should always play responsibly. Learn more facts and myths at mdlottery.com, and please play responsibly.
If you are looking for the best indoor soccer experience, it doesn't get better than the Baltimore Blast. Right here in Tacoma Arena. Grab your tickets today on Ticketmaster.
Welcome back to Baltimore. Jesus Rivera in for the Blast in goal in a 10-4 game with 5:27 left. So we'll keep our eyes on that as Rodriguez's night is through for now.
Yep. I'm sure that Rivera's heart rate's up a little bit right now.
Yeah, first action here in Baltimore. So Ed, tell us about this week, and you're visiting with the citizens of Maryland at the Oriole game, and it just seems like you got the momentum going.
Well, it was very good. The response that I get from people is very good, as opposed to the governor, who didn't get such a good response. It made national news. So, you know, I'm working it. I'm doing the best that I can. Here we go.
2-on-1. Shot goal. Fernandez puts it home for Tacoma. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah. This could be a different game. It doesn't take long to come back from 5.
10-5 Blast with under 5 to play here in the third. Time of the goal, 10:04.
Tacoma goals scored by number 90, Christian Fernandez.
And the question becomes, the Julian Rodriguez situation. Is he injured?
No, I don't think so.
It was just an odd time to make the change.
Look at it's another 2-on-1.
Chance drags it, scores. It's 10-6 with 4:40 left in the third. Mendoza scores. Time of this goal.
I agree with Mr. Crosley here.
Time of this goal.
Timeout.
10-20. And Coach Bascom is losing his mind down the bench as Tacoma's cut this to a 4-goal deficit. That's 3 goals in 50 seconds for Tacoma.
Yep. It's the nature of this game.
Good ball from Rivera. Diesel on a run. Through, shot save.
That would have been good. Mike scoring would have been good.
So some energy now. Pereira makes the steal. Referee says play on. Nascimento with a drive off the crossbar. Marco almost another goal against Tacoma. Bramus 3-on-2. Nascimento. Bramus,
oh man.
Williams puts it into the crowd. So we'll get goalkeeper distribution for Tacoma. So Ed, what's on the docket? It's a long road here. You got to November. So
well, the actual primary for the Republicans and the Democrats is June 23rd.
June 23rd, but
that's the goal I have to hit.
Shot wide. Sorry, I may have gotten ahead of myself there, Ed.
Yeah, so that's then the primary is the June 23rd, and it's November 3rd. It's the general. So right now the polling is reflecting pretty well on my case, but you got to keep your head down and keep working it.
Not the question. All right, Blast, play it back. Yep. Rivera, turn, shot. Oh, good save there. Beretta got a piece. Not sure that was going in, but he wasn't gonna. He made sure it did. Porch battles 2-on-1. Rivera helps. Oh, nifty little push out of the corner, but couldn't connect with Porch. And
Porch doesn't have any points tonight, right?
Chad has a goal.
He does.
He got the goal on Neto's assist. Belliard pushed off by Caceres. Caceres. Plays it to the near corner. That's a bad pass there. And finally, the Stars just played up ahead. Fernandez regroups. Shot just wide. Fernandez drives that into the crowd. And we'll get a goalkeeper distribution with...
Well, I'll stop talking about the governor stuff. Get back to the game. It's nice talking to you. I hope to see you soon.
You got it, my man. Good job.
Okay.
All right, there's Ed Hale joining us from the Blast, the owner of the Blast, and Brad Crosley back. Well, Brad, that's a quick turn of events there from 10-3 to 10-6.
Paul, I give up the headset, and Tacoma scores 3 goals.
Neto gets fouled. And just like that in like 45 seconds.
3-2-7-2-7-3. That ring number again, 3-2-7-2-7-3.
Silla, Nascimento, Pereira scores!
Baltimore needed that one, Paul. Tacoma, all the credit to them to keeping their heads in the game here, down 7 to crawl back, and but Baltimore needed that to at least change the tide back a little bit.
Pereira's just on fire.
He is. Wonderful ball by Nascimento.
Time to go 13:02. Ball played to the corner. Rivers. Big goal here to end the quarter.
So, Paul, I got the headset back and then we scored. Is that anything?
Maybe. If I were you, I'd sell that. Absolutely.
I can sell that to the owner?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, good ball here, far side. Shot saved. Rebound. Shot goal. Caceres puts it home. 4 goals against Rivera. It's 11-7. And I'm running out of room on my pad.
So the Baltimore defense on those first few goals on Rivera kind of left him high and dry. This one, I'm sure he'd won back, gave up a juicy rebound. So not a great start for his debut here in Baltimore.
So just 25 seconds after the Blast stemmed the tide, back come the Stars. Williams loses it. Splits the double team. Now it gets kicked away. Belliard with a good defensive play. Blast off the boards. Here they come as we approach 1 minute left here in the third.
Nico Williams, too much time on the ball down here in the corner. The triple team was coming. You could see it. Needs to get rid of that ball a bit quicker.
Ball swept away. All right, let's see what Tacoma can do here. They've got some time. Try to pull the trigger. Porch blocks that. It'll be a kick in for Tacoma with 44 seconds. The way Rivera's played, I just keep shooting on goal.
I was just going to say, Paul, just as we said when Walton came in, if you're the Blast, you'd want to start shooting. Same for Tacoma, right? You got a brand new keeper, first minutes of the season. Yeah, keep firing if I'm Tacoma.
Shot here, that's blocked. So we get a corner kick now for the Stars. Two-man wall, Porch and Neto. Goal off the restart. Fernandez puts it home. (11-8) Blast. 14:20 the time of the goal.
I mean, just a simple restart. Nothing special, nothing out of the ordinary. It's a good finish, but Baltimore a little
out of sorts.
Out of sorts here. This is not a good run of form here, and we still have a whole nother quarter, Paul. This is a game Baltimore has to get done.
Good ball for Neto on the boards. 10 seconds left. Neto turns. Plays it back, 4-3. Mello runs, shot, blocked, and that'll do it for quarter number 3. So what a run by Tacoma. It was 10-3. And they outscore the Blast 5-1 over the last 5.5 minutes of the third, and they're back in it. Blast lead it 11-8 as we head to the fourth. Don't touch that dial. Fourth quarter action on the way. You're watching MASL Soccer on MASL TV.
Right now, we direct your attention to midfield area. They're the most talented, the most beautiful girls in the MASL. Let's hear it for your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders.
There's one thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here.
What?
Win. Win.
What are we waiting for? No one comes into our house and pushes us around.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Campbell.
Uh-huh.
What kind of power you got?
Oh, man, you know I got some soul power.
This could be the greatest night of our lives.
We shut them down because we can.
They don't know your heart.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
Let's go! Let's go!
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, welcome back to Baltimore. Blast on the attack. It's loose. Shot blocked inside, and Stars come out with it. Pressure by the Blast. Turn, shot just wide. Freighter, rebound, shot blocked. Foul on Belliard in the corner. 18 third quarter shots for Tacoma. MASLsoccer.com, your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Capelli Sport, the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Don't forget about Soccer Signal. Staff writer Joe Arena and veteran coach Mark Litton explain the game with perspectives from both sides of the glass in the MSL's newest show, Soccer Signal. Check out the in-depth analysis, comprehensive breakdowns, and exclusive interviews from coaches around the league. Soccer Signal, every other Thursday on MASL TV. Well, I think it's imperative here that Tacoma get the next goal, right? Who knows, though? They scored 5 in the last 5 minutes of the third.
They have, and you know, Tacoma's really struggled on the road this year, Paul. Only 1 road win and missing 11 players. This is quite a performance for them to storm back within 3.
Well, it's interesting. It was 10-3 when Rodriguez left the game. I think that's played pretty big of a factor here. I was just stunned because it just seemed like an odd time to change keepers.
Yeah, I know the thought was to maybe try and give Rivera some time. You'd think maybe at the end of the third quarter, give him a quarter to get comfortable leading into the playoffs.
And look, I mean, you got to know what you have, right? And you want to figure that out for going into the playoffs. Good ball. Porch on the far side. Chad splits a double team. Blast are going to make Tacoma chase now.
They are, and this is what the Blast do very, very well here at home. They're a possession-based team, so Tacoma's going to have to chase, and they are shorthanded, so we'll see how they are physically here in the last half of this quarter.
That was Fernandez that fouled Mello. Shot by Pereira's kicked away. Good save there by Beretta.
Really nice save by Beretta.
Had to turn my page over, Brad. I ran out of room on my score sheet.
It's always a fun game when you have to turn over your score sheet.
19 combined goals. Oh, good ball for Sela in the middle, and Omar kicks it over the glass. Goalkeeper distribution for the Stars.
That was well worked by Baltimore in the far corner, and Omar will want that one back. Usually very deadly in front, and just leaned back and hit it over the net.
All right, so Stars looking to cut further into this Blast lead. As the drama builds here in the fourth. Caceres now in the midfield. Now, Brad, if you're Tacoma, when do you go 6th attack?
Well, I think it's too late, or too early now. I know they're down 3, but SECU notoriously difficult place to play 6th attacker.
And again, the big thing with that is you only have 10 players. Thompson tried to keep it alive. It's cleared. Belliard. Pereira drags it through. Got it through Briscoe, but couldn't get it the rest of the way. And good heads-up play calmly there by Rivera.
Yeah, nice and composed by Rivera. Like to see that.
Belliard. I will say this, too. It is a wake-up call here for keepers, right? To try to get used to this. And I'm sure it was for Jesus there. Just getting into this, you know? Good ball, just too far for Neto. Neto wins it. Wins the possession back for Silla. All right, four down here in the fourth. Mello, Neto, a little back heel, but Beretta was right there on the post to make that play. Rivers off the bench. Briscoe on the far side. Rivera right there. Comes off his line. Melo makes a run. Nascimento. Melo, turn, shot, goal! Through the 5-hole. Melo's got 4, and the Blast lead it by 4.
Timely touch by Nascimento to get the ball to Melo. I could see it in his mind what he wanted to do and spin. Beretta plays it well, just gets unlucky and gets beat 5-hole.
Almost got the whole thing, but he just didn't get enough, and it gets through for Melo. Well, Nascimento had 2 goals 2 weeks ago against Tacoma. Tonight he's got 2 assists. So it's a 12-8 game.
Yeah, that's a big swing goal there, Paul. Tacoma got that. If they would have got that next goal, only down by 2, right?
And they put the pressure on,
yeah.
Absolutely. It just seems like you just can't stop Melo and Pereira right now. Melo now 23 goals on the season. When Frater tries to dribble through 2 defenders, that didn't work.
Way too much for Frater. Know where you are in the match.
And so, Blast a hold here is no resistance from Tacoma as we're under 10 to play. Frater for Bramus. Well, he turns the corner, puts it out in front. It's taken away. Good ball. Offside Hernandez. Hernandez around Porch. Diesel leaves it off. Rivera comes out. Rivers gets there first though, and Blast now come out with it. Bramus has a step. Now he's double teamed, and good battle. Allows Porch to come steal. Porch shoots it, and he puts it up into the concourse. Chad Porch comes off favoring something.
Comes off a little gimpy there. You definitely do not want to see that as a Blast fan. Looks like he's all right.
Pereira gets stripped. Referee says play on. Silla. Through from Melo. That's just a bit too far. Pollen denied. Nah with the follow. Too far though for Pollen. Ball comes through. He finds him, but it's deflected. And I think we're going to get a goalkeeper distribution here off of a Pollen last. So Rivera will distribute.
Paul, back to Nascimento. We've been kind of singing the praise of him, and great to see him back this season. And what was it, about 6 seasons him away from the Blast, and he's really been a workhorse for them in the back, especially with all the injuries they had defensively.
He's really the only player that's been there all year with all the injuries, right? I mean, Porch got hurt, Silla got suspended, Thomas out, Silva out. We haven't had Diesel all year, haven't had Schiller all year. He's the one guy. And I guess Patrick Thompson.
Patrick Thompson as well. Yeah, those 2 guys, 2 veteran guys, just been stalwarts for them defensively.
Just watching Neto away from the ball, he works so hard. Chest, a little bicycle that was blocked. Boy, the fans would have exploded there if Neto would have put that home. Talk to the guys, and Neto trains with the players every day. And they literally say that Neto scores a goal from Silla at least once a practice. Nah goes down, fouled by Thompson.
Holding foul on Blast number 88, Patrick Thompson. Cricket Tacoma.
So good chance here for the Stars with 7:13 left.
Fans Legacy Search Advisors is the reason for their professional recruiting solution. If you're a captain looking for your next big career move,
Let's see what Caceres looks like. He's got some room to shoot here.
Legacy Search Advisors ranks concierge level service
Side shot, deflected. Oh, it almost went in, but it was wide.
Yeah, ball deflected by Patrick Thompson. Baltimore has been bit by the deflection bug a lot this season.
Oh, good ball, Belliard. Thompson shoots, it's wide. Williams runs it down. Out come the Stars, Rivers. Loses his footing at the yellow, and the Blast take over. Williams far side. Nico still has it. That gets kicked away, and that goes into the crowd. And we'll get a timeout here in the fourth. 6:33 left. Blast with the only fourth quarter goal, and they lead it by 4. Back with more fourth quarter action. You're watching MASL Soccer on MASL TV.
Fans, here is our last winning number in our fan appreciation giveaway. It's section 102, row 7, seat 3. Once again, that's section 102, row 7, seat 3. You just won yourself a Blast giveaway prize pack, courtesy of the Baltimore Blast. And congratulations to all our winners at Fan Appreciation Night.
This is where Anne feels most comfortable. But when she started to feel uncomfortable, this is the MedStar Health Urgent Care team that stepped in and consulted with a specialist, then connected her to a leading cardiologist that diagnosed her blocked artery that could be unblocked with life-saving surgery that allowed Anne to heal more quickly, getting her back to where her heart belongs. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Fidelity Building Services Group is a national technical services provider for commercial, industrial, and institutional facilities. Our team delivers proactive, world-class service and innovative building solutions, including HVAC services, design build, engineered retrofits, smart building controls, system integration, energy consulting, emergency power generation, and award-winning mission-critical services wide.
Welcome back to Baltimore. Get the latest news on the MASL, your favorite teams, by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, MASL Arena on Twitter. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV, on YouTube and CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Alex Bastanovsky and Phil Levanco joined each week by special guests from across the league. Recap the games. They'll be looking forward this week to the MASL playoffs. Give it go. Shot save. Pereira got a good piece of that. Still loose and finally cleared. And Brad, under review, if you disagree with the call tonight, you might see it on the MASL's most controversial show. Ball State didn't play there. Under review with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. It's every Friday on YouTube.
So Tacoma, Paul, they're going to have to put it to the metal here, right? Last 5 minutes and change. Down 4.
Danny Waltman back in goal. Rivera the save, and then this hit into the crowd. So Waltman will finish this one for Tacoma. Neto. Bellio. Can't cut it back. Good back heel. Gets the return. Shoots. Oh, great save by Waltman. Got a piece of that. Then he had to play with his feet, and he did a nice job there.
What a heads-up play by Danny Waltman. That definitely would have been a pass back.
Sela takes it away, but Tacoma takes it right back. Good work, though. Belliard steals. The Moose can't get to it, and Stars come out with it with 5 minutes to play. It looks like Rivera's settled down for the Blast. Mello pokes it away.
You would have think they would have went 6 attacker, but they might not go 6 attacker at all, Paul. I don't see any inkling on the bench or anything to go 6 attacker.
Well, how does that mess up your line changes when you go 6 attacker? Because You only have 10 guys. So somebody's going to lose. You're going to lose somebody off of the line.
Right.
Turn, shot, save. So you really kind of have to play it straight up, right?
Oh, it's a great ball.
Yeah, good ball. 3-on-1 for the Blast. Pereira down the wing, keeps it alive. Guevara, chip shot, goal! Nascimento! 3 points, and the Blast lead it 13-8.
Paul, the thing that stood out to me on that goal, the run from Juan Pereira all the way out of the back. Patrick Thompson knew exactly where he was. Back to the play, didn't even need to see it, off the boards to Pereira, and down they go the far side. And you see, look at this run from Juan all the way from the defensive third.
And Guevara kept it alive, and Nascimento with the chip. 13 for the Blast. Guevara picks up the assist. Thompson again. Oh, couldn't get through. Shot, save, Rivera.
Yeah, to your point, Paul, Rivera looks like he's got comfortable. Got some saves under him. That's good.
Well, I think it's just in this arena, everything gets on you so fast that you have to make that adjustment. Rivera gets called for the foul. He pushed Briscoe, and I applaud that foul call. I think anytime you push a player to the ground, whether he just played it or not, doesn't matter. Should be a foul, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. Two-man wall blocks it. 3:35 left. Waltman kicked away by Silla, and it's going to be kick in for Tacoma, but one of the fans in the front row got that square.
Yeah, first row would, we've been playing years now without the glass. When you're in those front rows, you really have to be paying attention. They look like they got it directly, and Juan's going to go in to the crowd and make some. Trying to assist here.
Well, in fairness to the fan over there too, even if you were paying attention there,
yeah, it was a quick deflection.
It was so quick.
Yeah, and Blast trainer.
Heather Colbus is going to come out.
Over.
I mean, it was so quick that you could have been paying attention there and still got it if you didn't have the quick reflexes. Heather over there, Leo Hales over there.
Looks like they're asking for some water. Yeah, that ball, we know how fast and quick the ball flies around here, and it was just a weird deflection, and yeah, that was tough.
Man, just nothing you could do there.
You pay good money for those fantastic seats, Paul. And that's an amazing vantage point here at SECU. Just right off the Sila's deflection. Looks like she's okay.
Yeah, it looked like, and did you see how that all unfolded? It looked like she got hit like here in her midsection, but then had something in her hands, and that may have came up out of her hands and then hit her. Juan's still over there, got a chance to MC the fan club banquet last Tuesday night. The fans and the players here in Baltimore are just so connected.
They truly are. Said Heather Colbus still over there assisting, she's in good hands over there.
I think Heather's going to stay over there.
Yeah.
When they put the ball in play.
Tacoma.
Got Towson University police over there assisting as well. Good job, guys.
All right, 5-goal Blast lead with 3:11 left. Brad, could be the last time we do a game here this year, depending on how things unfold tomorrow. Pereira, Frater. Oh, he tried to flick that towards the goal. Had Silla cutting as well, and Blast will back it out. Looks like Baltimore has weathered the storm here.
Yeah, now Paul, if you're Baltimore, you just want to get out of here unscathed at this point, right?
Thompson goes through. Now Mello runs it down. Doza. Blast take it away. Looks like Chad Porch is done for the night. He's sitting on the Blast bench. Nascimento, Frater, Williams, save Waltman. Frater, save Waltman.
Great save, Danny Waltman. Still has some reflexes left, Paul.
Yes, he does.
Nice save.
Yes, he does. Under 2 to play. All 5 players back for the Blast defensively. Briscoe. But, I mean, what do you look for, Brad, as we head into the playoffs? It's obvious that the Blast have their offense cooking, but they're going to have to figure out a way to tighten things up defensively a little bit.
They do. We've had way too many mistakes defensively, not just in this game, but in general. And it's been things that Coach Bascom and the coaching staff have been working with the guys with all season. And especially in the playoffs, that's when you really have to lock things down.
Good save by Rivera there. He fires the outlet for Silla. Kicked out of play by Briscoe. 1:08 left. Neto on the field. Thompson in, shoots, score! Neto! Alfonso Neto with the goal! And he goes into the crowd.
Paul, you couldn't have written it up any better. Final minute of the game. Come on!
Time to go 14:04.
Come on!
Well, if you stuck around, you just got a treat. Great setup from Thompson. And Neto knows exactly where to be.
And I think he's going to get a yellow card to boot, Paul.
Of course he is. He can't go into the crowd anymore.
He's getting a yellow card to boot.
But he doesn't care.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look what it means to the players. Look what it means to the players.
It's the best yellow that Neto's ever gotten. And he gets a hug from the referee as well.
Absolutely. Unbelievable. Couldn't have written it up. That's the worst yellow card he ever wants to give in his life.
You know, he just didn't want to do it. He just didn't want to do it, but he had to.
You could see it in his face. Brian Martin, the other referees over there, cracking up that he did not have to give that call.
So Neto, a goal and an assist and a 5-minute. That's a good night's work.
Which, Paul, we would be remiss. We got to give...
There's a goal. Lopez scores for Tacoma. Go ahead.
We'd be remiss if we didn't congratulate Brian Martin on...
oh, hell yeah.
This is his very last MASL indoor soccer game. He's retiring at the end of the season, so congratulations to him. And like I said, he was just glad he didn't have to give Neto the yellow card on that goal.
Lopez with the goal. Holland picks up the assist. All right, 30 seconds, 14-9 Blast. Pereira steals. Rivera tries for one, but couldn't get it through. Nah runs it down with 20 seconds left. Blast are going to take over first place in the MASL and sit back and watch tomorrow. 5 seconds to go. Rivera in the corner, that's gonna do it. The Blast win their 14th game of the season. 43 points puts them in first place in the MASL.
First place Baltimore Blast at the end of their regular season. What an amazing job. You can see what it means to the players. Neto hugging all the referees. And just a great job all around by the team, by the coaching staff. And you did what you had to do within your control, and now they'll sit and wait and see what happens tomorrow, Paul.
Yep, Kansas City in San Diego. If the Comets can pull off the victory there, or if Empire can knock off St. Louis out in California, then the Blast will get a bye. And if both of those things happen, the Blast will win the regular season championship.
They will. They will indeed. So, two very important games tomorrow, but like I said, Baltimore knew what they had to do tonight, and they take care of business here in front of a great crowd here on Fan Appreciation Night.
All right, there you see. Saw Danny Waltman there. Let's take a look at the save of the game. Of course, brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. And Julian Rodriguez played well tonight. There you go. He went to his left there and made that save for our Maryland Lottery save of the game. And I'm anxious to see who the player of the game is. I mean, Mello
they
and
got a lot
Pereira.
of choices, right?
Well, Mello and Pereira. Nascimento had 3 points. I mean, but it's got to be one of those two, Mello or Pereira.
Or do they give it to Neto?
Well, there's Neto's goal. Oh, there it is.
What a moment for Neto. What a moment.
There you go, Aldato Neto, the player of the game for the Blast. Brad, you know, it's just amazing as you see Neto. You know, go back to January, and you know, kind of the routine here in Baltimore. You know, you go back to the locker room, you kind of decompress after the game. David Bascom set up this scenario here in Baltimore where it's just an open locker room. You talk about the game, what happened, and then all of a sudden in January, Neto's like, you know, oh no, I don't want one of those because I'm losing weight. There he is being hoisted up by his teammates. I got to drop 40. I'm dropping weight because I'm going to play.
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of chuckle, right? Yeah, okay, sure. You know, you guys had a lot of injuries. I get it. You know, but how's that realistic? And then to his credit, man, has to be 30, 40 pounds he's dropped in the last 2 months.
Yeah, he's worked so hard. Again, like you said, he's training every day. And again, he's a legend here in Baltimore. And for that to end like that, that's just spectacular.
And of course, played a game, was in the lineup for a game earlier, didn't see the field, but David Bascom made a point that he was definitely going to play tonight.
Absolutely.
Regardless. And, man, did he show out tonight. And you talk about veterans and just understanding the game and how much of an advantage that can be. I think that was epitomized by Neto in the way he played tonight.
It was, and it's not only him being on the field, but it was such a morale boost for the guys. Like we've been saying, he trains with them every day. The guys have, I mean, they just engulf him in the love of the team, and I can only imagine what he's feeling. And the guys, you saw how happy everyone was for him, the coaching staff as well, and it was just a cherry on top of, obviously, the Blast needed the win, but then to end it like that, just fantastic. To all that to happen and the Blast to go into first place.
Another recognition. Danny Waldman is on the other side of the field signing autographs with the Blast fans. It's just, is this an unreal scene or what?
You couldn't ask for a better finale to the regular season. Like I just mentioned, all those things happened here at home, and I know the Blast and the Blast fans are so proud of the guys. Paul, let's not forget, a lot of people wrote Baltimore off in January, wrote them off, right? And the boys came together. The coaching staff really, again, had them believing in the system that the coaches have put together, ran off 8 straight, and here they are in first place.
And there you see Blast owner Ed Hale giving Danny Waldman his
Hell yeah shirt.
Hell yeah shirt.
As his run for governor continues.
Oh my gosh, you know Danny Waldman's gotta love that. All right, we're gonna leave you with that here from Baltimore. Once again, our final score, the Blast win it by a final of 14-9. This could have been our last broadcast.
Great season, Paul.
Depending on what happens tomorrow, we could see you back here in Baltimore next Saturday as the Blast take on Empire. We'll see how things unfold tomorrow in the MASL. For Brett Crosley, I'm Paul Mindermeyer. It's been an outstanding season. Thanks to our production crew. Thanks to Leo Hale as well, who's done an outstanding job all year long. That's going to do it from Baltimore. You've been watching MASL Soccer on
There are a lot of myths out there about how the Maryland lottery works. Playing the lottery responsibly means knowing what's true and what's not. The facts are, all games have similar odds. You should never try to recover losses by taking more risks. And you shouldn't play the lottery when you're feeling stressed. But the biggest fact is, you should always play responsibly. Learn more facts and myths at mdlottery.com, and please play responsibly.
This is TU, where big college promises turn into life-changing action. Opportunity here isn't pie-in-the-sky thinking. It's out there in the world doing. Potential isn't in the future. It's now, in every line of code, in every creative spark. And discovery isn't starting from scratch. It's digging in to your existing momentum. Join a community of doers and grab life by the stripes at Towson University.
Put our children on the right path, one that leads them to become intelligent, responsible, compassionate adults. That path begins with a Catholic education. Catholic schools inspire academic excellence with a balanced curriculum that integrates music, arts, world language, and Catholic faith, while challenging students in the areas of science, math, and technology. Help your child reach their full potential. Enroll in a Catholic school today.
This is where Anne feels most comfortable. But when she started to feel uncomfortable, this is the MedStar Health Urgent Care team that stepped in and consulted with a specialist, then connected her to a leading cardiologist that diagnosed her blocked artery that could be unblocked with life-saving surgery that allowed Anne to heal more quickly, getting her back to where her heart belongs. It's how we treat people.